Did ancient humans marry their sisters? Imagine growing up in a tiny prehistoric group. You know every face. You hunt together, sleep beside the same fire, and rarely meet strangers. So when it is time to find a partner, what happens if the only available people are your own relatives? Did ancient humans really marry their sisters? First, we need to be careful with the word marriage. Prehistoric societies left no written marriage contracts. Archaeologists can sometimes identify who had children together, but they cannot always know whether those people were formally married, temporarily partnered, or connected through customs that no longer exist. Ancient DNA, however, can reveal how closely related someone's parents were. And the surprising answer is this: close relative relationships happened, but brother and sister unions do not appear to have been normal for most prehistoric humans. A major genetic study examined 1,785 ancient individuals who lived during the last 45,000 years. It found that children of first cousins or even closer relatives were generally rare. This means most prehistoric communities were somehow finding partners beyond their immediate families. That was not always easy. Hunter-gatherer groups could be small, isolated, and separated by enormous distances. Neanderthal DNA from Chagirskaya cave shows that some communities had very low genetic diversity and included close relatives living together. But a small population does not automatically mean brothers were mating with sisters. People can be distantly related simply because their community has remained small for many generations. Humans also created connections between different groups. Ostrich eggshell beads show that people in Africa maintained social networks across long distances around 50,000 years ago. These networks may have helped communities exchange resources, information, and potential partners. Later prehistoric cemeteries provide even clearer evidence. At a Neolithic site in France, researchers reconstructed family trees spanning several generations. Most adult women appeared to have arrived from outside the community, while local daughters often left. The DNA showed almost no close kin reproduction, suggesting that partner exchange between neighboring groups helped people avoid having children with close relatives. A similar pattern appeared in a 5,700-year-old tomb in Britain. Men remained connected to the local family line, while women who had children with them probably came from other groups. But there were exceptions. One of the most shocking examples comes from Newgrange, a massive prehistoric tomb in Ireland. A man buried there about 5,000 years ago was born from a first-degree union. His parents were genetically as close as a brother and sister, or a parent and child. Researchers suggested that this extremely unusual relationship may have involved a powerful elite family trying to preserve a sacred bloodline. Other prehistoric societies accepted less extreme forms of relatedness. In parts of the Bronze Age Aegean, ancient DNA revealed that unions between first or second cousins were unusually common. But cousin marriage is very different from a brother marrying his biological sister. Why would close family reproduction be dangerous? Every person carries some harmful recessive genetic variants. Usually, a child receives only one copy and remains healthy. But close relatives are more likely to carry the same variant. Their child, therefore, has a greater chance of inheriting two copies, increasing the risk of genetic disorders, reduced fertility, or childhood illness. Ancient humans did not understand genes, but they may have noticed that children born from very close relatives sometimes had worse outcomes. Social rules, traveling gatherings, trade relationships, and the movement of young adults between communities also helped widen the available partner pool. So did ancient humans marry their sisters? Occasionally, something that close almost certainly happened. But the genetic evidence suggests it was unusual, not the standard way prehistoric humans formed families. Most groups found partners through wider social networks, neighboring communities, and the movement of people between camps. Because even in a world with tiny populations and no knowledge of genetics, ancient humans understood one important survival rule. Your family could keep you alive, but your partner often needed to come from somewhere else.